Hi, in this video I'm going to give you my first impressions of this Topdon RTDiag 600 Pro. It's a scan tool. They contacted me, I didn't contact them. They offered to send me this tool for free, so I didn't pay for it, and I'm not getting paid to say anything nice about it. I'm going to give you my honest impression. Now in this video I'm going to give my brief first impressions, and we're going to clear all the fault codes on this 2008 Smart 451 Passion. I recently got this car. You can check out the video where we trailered it home, and it's got a whole bunch of fault codes because it stood outside in the elements for 3 years with a completely dead battery. So there are going to be a whole lot of fault codes. So let's see how easy it is to clear it with the Topdon. Now the tool comes in a little pouch. There's brief instructions. So it's quite a big touchscreen scan tool compared to some of the other tools in the range. There's a cable to connect it to the OBD2 port. So let's quickly get it connected and switched on. So I've got it hooked up to the OBD2 port under the steering wheel, and immediately it switches on. It switched on very quickly. Let's see. I think I still have to update the vehicle specific software. There's printer. There we go, Smart. I think I've already updated it. You can see battery voltage there in the top corner. Now you need to connect this with your Wi-Fi in order to update it. The nice thing about scan tools like these, they have internal memory, so it doesn't take up too much space on an iPad, for instance. Whereas the Wi-Fi tools without the wires, that's nice because you can walk around the car without being tethered to it, but then it takes up to some tools takes up to 15 gigs to download all the software. So let's see if I can automatically find it. Now both the other tools that I've tested on the channel before weren't able to automatically read the VIN. So let's see if this one can. There we go. It actually does. That's quite nice. So the others, I had to manually enter them, but they at least save them in the memory. So you can just select them. This one actually read the VIN quite easily. Now one thing I have to mention is I actually hooked up the C-Tech charger to the battery. It's a new battery, but with the ignition on and the car not started, it's always good to connect it to a power source so that you don't drain the battery. So right hand steering. Now I heard a click there on the car, so let's just do an auto scan and see what comes up. So there you can see all the different functions, and this is because I have the Smart specific software, not just the general OBD2. The Smart specific software has all the control units. So there's the engine control unit, the sprint shift control, that's the gearbox, this automated manual, the ESP, restraint systems, instrument clusters, SAM control, that's the main computer box that's under the dash there, notorious for water damage, steering assist, KLA, can't remember what that is, tire pressure monitor, electronic, selector lever. Okay, so let's do auto scan. So let's see how quick this is. You can see here quite a few faults. I've already cleared the fault codes on the engine when I got it started earlier. I had to reset the SAM unit. There's quite a lot of faults. Let's go and read through a few of them and then clear them. So the first fault is on the sprint shift. So let's go and check that. That's this manual gearbox. Read DTCs. No or incorrect CAN message from control unit. Stored code. So that was obviously when the battery was flat. Let's go into it and see what it can tell us. No freeze frame data. That's fine. Let's search. You can actually search the internet. So obviously you need to be connected to Wi-Fi. But there it actually searches for, and it brings up some search results and YouTube videos on how to fix lost communication. Now I am not too worried about it, so we're going to go back. I'm pretty sure it was just because the battery was flat, so let's clear it. Turn ignition off, wait 5 seconds, turn back on again. Let's read it again. No trouble code. Sweet. This is super easy compared to some of the tools I've used before, which is not many. This was super quick. I mean, I did this in real time. That was very quick. ESP control. Let's go and see. Supply voltage, fault in CAN communication, same unit. So this is all stored, and that's obviously because the battery was flat. So let's see if we can clear them easily. So those are the 3 faults. They are all stored, no current faults, so let's clear them. Condition, ignition on, engine off, yes. This is actually super user friendly. I haven't read the manual at all. I haven't watched videos on this before. So ignition on, continue, no trouble codes. So let's read them again, no trouble codes. See what else. So it actually moves down as it clears them. So restraint system, 1 fault code. Probably going to be some communication. Message from control unit not available. Clear. Wow, this is literally the easiest tool I've ever used before, and it's so quick. So let's auto scan again. I can hear clicking there from the SAM unit. It's probably relays switching on and off. Okay, there's still 1 fault on the KLA control and operating unit. Now that could be something that's not installed on the car. I saw that on my SLK. Let's see. Current and stored. Control unit, heater, air conditioning operating unit is defective. Interior temperature controller. Okay, so it could be that there's something wrong with the aircon. It blows cold, but I'm going to take a note of that. Control unit, heater. Okay, I took a photo of that. Let's check report. Okay, I'm going to go into that now. So there's something that we need to sort out with the control unit for the climate control. That's probably what it is. So let's see if we can print the report. My fat little finger sometimes struggles. Oh, kids. Oh, there we go. You can actually print out a workshop report. That's cool. Save it. That's nice. So if you do this for clients, you can actually print a nice little report for them. So like I said, that was super easy. All honesty, I'm not getting paid to say this, and I'm not worried to say if I don't like something, but this thing is really fast. It responds very quickly. It doesn't take very long to go into certain modes. I am going to make a video on the live data in future. I love that stuff. You can learn so much about what's wrong with the car, or how the ECU is working, and what sensors are working and not working, what's wrong with the car, by understanding the live data. And I've done quite a lot of that on that white Jimny behind me to get it fixed. I made a video on that. I didn't go into too much live data there, but on this tool, I am going to explore more of that in future on the smart car. So stay tuned and let me know in the comments what you'd like to see. But I'm already there in the live data, and it's just so quick to respond, and it's nice. This big screen, the touch screen is responsive. So far, I really like this scan tool, and I want to thank Topdon for sending this to me. They saw one of my other scan tool videos and contacted me in the comments and said they wanted to send this to me. So Thank you for watching. I'll see you in a future video.